When someone exits your life suddenly, your brain immediately asks, what did I do wrong? Because as overthinkers, as perfectionists, as people who may have been betrayed by other friends before, we wonder if we committed a misstep, if it was a misunderstanding, or if that person just was a frenemy all along, hiding in plain sight. But that's not always the right question. The instinct. We assume responsibility because that's what we've been trained to do. We've learned that oftentimes people get upset with us for small reasons, or maybe they didn't like us, or maybe we said something that offended them, or maybe we grew apart and they just didn't want to tell us, or maybe something we did offended them or caused them to no longer like us for whatever reason. Or maybe they felt that we were drifting apart. I mean, think about all those things that go on in your head. Oftentimes we replay conversations. Oh my goodness, that one time I said XYZ, I'm sure that offended them and that maybe upset them. Then we overanalyze. We recruit friends other friends to talk about what we could have done wrong. Like, I did this. Do you think that was wrong? Do you think that that was wrong? Or do you think maybe that could cause someone to not want to be friends with me anymore? And then the thing that most of us are good at is self-blame. Blaming ourselves because we believe there was something that we did, although we can't put our finger on it, that must have caused them to exit. The truth. Sometimes people don't leave because of you. They leave because of what they can't face. Let's talk about patterns. Oftentimes, if people are struggling with something that they don't feel that they can face, the first avenue can be avoidance. So maybe they did something to betray you, or maybe they felt that there was a misunderstanding between the two of you. Maybe they don't like conflict, they're conflict adverse. And so then there's this scenario where they are going to avoid you. Or they have discomfort with honesty, meaning they are not going to be a person who's going to come to you and say, you offended me when you did this. You hurt my feelings when you did this. I no longer trust that you are my friend, or I feel like we've grown apart, or I've met someone who is much more compatible with me as a friend than you ever were, right? Or some people really do not like drama, chaos, confrontation, and may have an inability to communicate. Maybe they don't want to upset anyone or hurt anyone's feelings. So they think that if they just kind of quietly step away, that all will be well. Not realizing that you will be ruminating, that you'll be overthinking, that you will be self-blaming. You'll be trying to figure out what went wrong. And instead of addressing it, they exit. Because things are too comfortable, the heat is too strong, and it's not something that they want to do or engage in. Which ultimately, if you have decided that path, the least you could do is actually give someone maybe some feedback, and let them know so that they know what's going on, and so they aren't continually overthinking, especially if you've been friends for a period of time. Why it hits so hard. If you were the one who tried to keep things together, being left feels like a failure. Again, you're like, could I have strengthened this relationship? If I had known, if I had been alerted, maybe I could have worked through this with this person. But they didn't even give me the opportunity. And you're almost left holding the bag of sadness, the bag of memories, the bag of what could have been, the fact that you don't even know what went wrong, so there's no way that you know how to fix it or how to repair it. Let's reframe this. Closure doesn't always come from them. Sometimes it comes from understanding the pattern. And patterns are extremely important because people tend to be creatures of habit. What they do, they generally always do. So if you have a person who doesn't like conflict, generally they might stick their head in the sand. They might try to avoid you. They might scurry away because they don't want to be held accountable or have to tell you honestly how they feel. Because maybe they don't want to hurt you. Maybe they want a clean break. Maybe they don't want pressure. Maybe they don't want to see tears. Maybe they don't want to see emotion. Any number of reasons. So let's talk about empowerment. Not every exit is a rejection. Sometimes it's a redirection to better, a redirection to stronger, a redirection to finding out what you like and what kind of traits you want in a friend, right? That's fair. Maybe you meet someone else, right, who you also vibe with. Maybe you get to meet new people. Maybe you try new activities, right? And you're compatible with that person just the same. And maybe, just maybe, that person is going through something that you have no idea, and they're not really wanting to talk about it. So ultimately, they have decided to take a little bit of a break, and they're going to circle back around. And once they circle back around, they may tell you, hey, I've been dealing with this. This has been on my mind a lot lately. It's taken a lot of my time, a lot of my effort. And I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to neglect you or to avoid you. I was just in a really tough time and I needed to deal with that on my own. That would be fair, wouldn't it? So in closing, if you've been left confused by someone's silence, you're not alone, and it doesn't define your worth. Thank you for tuning in to Recovering Perfectionist Mama, Grace in Progress. And I hope that this topic gave you a little bit of illumination and maybe some hope and some strategies and maybe possible explanations. And I hope that you will come back and see us again soon. And I hope that you have a great rest of your day. And just know that I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a great day and come back and see us again soon. Bye-bye.